Hi Taurus, how are you? Welcome back to the Spiritual Parlour. Thank you for being here. If you've never been here before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. So we're going to do a general reading for the month of June for Sun, Moon and Rising signs of Taurus. Just to talk a bit of astrology, let you know what's going on with you for the month of June. Your ruling planet, Venus, heads over to Leo around the 13th. Yeah, the 13th of this month. So mid-month, normally as a sign Taurus, you're quite grounded, you're quite, you like to think things through, don't like to rush things too much. You're that kind of energy. It could be that you're feeling a bit more, forceful with what it is that you want, or your whole attitude could change a little bit mid-month because it's going to be heading over. Venus will head over to Leo. Leo is a fire sign. It does go for what it wants. It can be quite a bit of a self-absorbed sign as well. So you might be focusing a little bit more on yourself. So we'll see if that resonates with you. See how it goes in the month of June. Comment, let me know. Okay, so general reading for Taurus. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And this is a general reading. So we'll see what's going on for June. This is a general reading for Taurus. Ooh, first faller. Two of Swords, so being at a crossroads. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Oh, there we go. Queen of Swords, wow. Wow, okay, looks like, well, it feels like with these swords, there's some truth to be spoken in the month of June. Being at a crossroads, and maybe it's time to get out. We'll see what comes up. Okay, Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. First card will represent the heart of the thing. Second card will represent the heart of the matter. Third card will represent the recent past. Fourth card will represent the present. Fifth card will represent the advice. Sixth card will represent the potential outcome. This is Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. If there is a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, please let it be known. June 2018, Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Sun, Moon and Rising. What is there for Taurus? Taurus. Okay, Four of Swords. Rest and recovery once you've spoken the truth. Okay, let's see. Bottom energy, Three of Wands as well. So that's about the ships coming in, getting what you want, getting what's due to you. Okay, let's see. A lot of swords here, Taurus. Wow, what's been going on? Or what will be going on? Let's see. Okay, I feel drawn here, so we'll go with this card. Gosh, I'm quite interested about this reading now. All these swords popping out. Alright, let's see. June. Okay. Right. Okay. Lots of pentacles as well. Okay. Alright, Taurus. Let's see. Okay, Taurus, straight away, looking at this spread that I've pulled here, it feels very much to me, I know that I keep these readings general, but I'll say it as I see it, say it as I feel it as well. Feels very much to me, potentially there's a money situation. Potentially there is a money situation or financial situation, and I say this because the amount of pentacles are present. Pentacles, or the suit of pentacles, does represent you as well because it's earth, and it feels as though this money situation, you're going to speak your truth on it because you've got to the end of your tether basically, and that's it. It's all going to come to head. Now this could be a completely different situation for you. You take what resonates with you. So heart of the matter is the nostalgic card. Okay, you've got the Six of Cups. Cups as a suit deals with how we feel, our emotions and our relationships, And the Six of Cups deals with the past. Yeah, so you've got, in most traditional decks, you know, it is an older man and a younger girl, but on this deck we've got two young girls. You have a wishing well somewhere in the background normally as well. Oh, this deck's quite different. You normally have a wishing well somewhere in the back, and that represents the old and the young and looking back. But the energy of the Six of Cups is about past and looking back, and it feels as though, you know, that's the heart of the matter. And the theme is, some of you have been juggling. Maybe there's some sort of Tauruses sitting there that have been juggling things from the past, or you have been in the recent past. Now this could be financial, with the indication of the Two of Pentacles, because Pentacles as a suit does represent what we own, money, finance. It also represents health as well. But you take what resonates with you. But I'm getting the feeling that some of you have been doing a lot of juggling in the recent past, and even though you've been doing that juggling, it still felt to you as though it's not been enough. It really has not been enough. Now it could be that you've been juggling a lot with work, or you've been working a lot, but still, you know, at the end of the month, you're still like, well, why am I still, you know, why is my bank balance still showing this when I've worked all these hours, or I've done all this, or I've done all that? Or it could be, to keep it general as well, that even though you've been juggling in a relationship or any area of your life, to take what resonates with you, it kind of feels like it still has not been enough, okay? Because you've got the Five of Pentacles, and the energy of the Five of Pentacles, 5 is the challenging number in tarot. It just generally is. It's a challenging number. And the way it manifests itself in the Suit of Pentacles is about not having enough. Because Pentacles, as I said, represents what we own, the material world, finance and health. And it could be that you just don't feel as though you have enough with all this juggling. And that's in your past position. Now you take what resonates, whether it's a relationship, God, waft of incense, or it is work. But I think there is hope. There is definitely hope, because in the present, something's coming in. Okay, you've got the Knight of Cups. Knights are all action cards. They're all movement, either actions that we need to take or things coming to us. And with the Knight of Cups, it is about offerings, because that's what he brings in his cups. Now, Suit of Cups represents how we feel, our emotions, matters of the heart. So if this is a relationship, it could be that a new relationship or something else around your relationship. Maybe your partner will recognize how you've been feeling, and they'll be more reciprocative, and something else will come into you. Or it could be, if it's finance, there will be something else coming in. There could be extra income coming in. But either way, something is coming in the present. Okay, there's something on its way. And the advice is that there'll be a lot more balance or a lot more generosity, because the Six of Pentacles, as you can see, is about generosity and it is about balance. You've got the man here holding a set of scales, which would show you and which would indicate the balance, and you've also got the guy here also, splitting what he owns or what he has equally with two people. So the energy is about balance, and it is about support and generosity, someone being there or people being there, or just having what you need. So that is definitely what's coming in, okay? Because you've got the Knight, which brings the offering, and he is facing, the balance and the generosity. So that is what's coming in. That's what's heading towards you. Given that in the past, maybe you felt as though you really have not had enough, or you've been shut out in the cold. You just haven't had enough. You've been feeling at a loss, or you've had a loss, or you're feeling hard done by. It just hasn't been enough, and that's the energy of the past. But it's changing. Okay, it's changing with the Knight bringing his offering, and the balance and the generosity and the support coming in. So that's really, really good. That's really, really good to see, particularly if you have been doing, a lot of balancing and a lot of juggling, and maybe, having a lot of responsibility, a lot of things to think about, a lot of people to think about, and maybe not having time to think about yourself. Or you've been doing a lot of thinking about somebody else, and they haven't been thinking about you very much, or giving you the support that you need. The potential outcome, though, You know, and I would take this more as advice as well, as the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is a major arcana card, so it's not a day-to-day energy like the rest of these. It's like a significant feeling or a significant shift or a significant piece of advice. And it is all about following your own intuition and going within yourself. As you can see, the Hermit here, he's walking along this, you know, this quite difficult path. There's a bit of terrain here, it's quite difficult. But he's guided. He's guided by his one soul light, and that one soul light represents you and going within yourself. So I would take that as more an advice, you know, advice that things are coming in, things are on their way to you, but really you're going to have to dig deep within yourself as well. And it's right underneath your past position of feeling as though you've not had enough. So it could be that you need to sit down and look within yourself and think about what it is that's missing. If this is a relationship, what is it that's missing that you know, that is just not there for you? Why is it that you feel, or you have felt, that it's not enough? You know, why do you feel that way? You know, you need to look within yourself. You need to see yourself, Taurus, what it is that you really need. Now, the fallout cards, I spoke about being at a crossroads and speaking your truth, and I definitely still feel that. I feel that even more so now because of this past position you've got, you know, not having enough. With the Two of Swords, you know, you've come to a dead end, a crossroad. Something really has to give. Something has to give, you know, otherwise you're just going to go stir crazy. That's the kind of energy with the Two of Swords. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And the Queen of Swords, she represents communication. She represents all communication, so writing, speaking, that kind of thing. She also represents people, the air signs, so that would be Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. So it could be that you need to speak your truth, or you've come to a crossroads with an air sign, you know, a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, or that you need to take on the characteristics of the Queen of Swords, and that is to speak your truth. Because the Queen of Swords, one thing she does not do is hold back. I love her energy. She speaks her truth all the time. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. She's very quick-witted. She's very straight to the point. She's very, you know, she doesn't hold back, basically. She's got something on her mind. She's going to say it. So if you do need to speak your truth about this crossroads that you've come to, Taurus, then the advice I would say is go for it. Go for it. And you could potentially feel at so much more ease. So much more ease. Because the Four of Swords fell out as well. And the Four of Swords, you know, 4 as the number is, you know, the first stage of stability, success, you know, the first stage of, you know, feeling as though you can sort of kick back for a bit because, you know, you've reached a level of, okay, everything's all right now. And as you can see, you've got a guy here who's you know, who's lying down, he's resting, and he's got his 4 swords around him. And the swords as a suit, as I said, represents, you know, well, the Queen of Swords represents the communication, but swords as a suit generally does represent challenges in life. It also represents our mental thoughts. It represents how we learn, and it represents life's challenges. It's quite a difficult and a tough suit. But with the 4 of Swords, it is more about feeling a sense of recovery. Yeah, it's either that there's a sense of recovery or you need to rest and relax. And looking at this suit, or looking at the suits that you've got in the main spread that I pulled out, and looking at the message, it doesn't feel to me at all like this is saying you need to take a rest and slow down. This feels to me like, you know, you're going to feel a sense of relief once you've spoken your truth, because your past position, you know, you haven't had enough. Whatever it is that you need, you take what resonates with you, whether it's money or work or a job or relationship, support, care, whatever it is. In the past position, for some Tauruses, basically you haven't had enough. So it feels to me like once you speak up, Queen of Swords, you know, communication, speaking up, being straight to the point, you know, because, you know, you're at this crossroads, what it is that's, you know, making you feel unhappy. Once you speak up about it, then you will feel that sense of, you know, recovery and relief almost. It doesn't suggest to me at all that you need to step back. It seems like you need to be a bit more forthcoming. And also with the presence of the Hermit, you know, going within yourself, you know, thinking about what it is that you want and, you know, communicating, and then you can, you know, you can be at peace once you know what it is that you want. You've communicated it, you've spoken about it, and then, you know, you can have that period of recovery. Or again, as I said, keeping it general, this Queen of Swords could represent an air sign. Could represent a Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. You take what resonates with you. Maybe you're dealing with an air sign that you basically you come to a crossroads with, and you need to, you know, nip in the bud whatever it is that's not been making you feel very happy. So the message is pretty clear. I don't feel like I need to clarify this with any further cards. It's really, really clear for me, Taurus, and I feel, the feeling I feel inside is, I feel like a sense of, what's just flashed before me is injustice, the word, unfairness. That's what's just come to me. So I feel like this is a situation where you've been hard done by, Taurus. I think it's time to speak out. It's definitely time to speak the truth. Yeah, it's time to deal with it, because, you know, there is what you need. There is the support and the generosity there. Like, it can come in, like with the Knight of Cups, you know, bringing the offering and the support and the balance and the generosity there. Like, it's there. It's there in the present. It's coming in, and it's there as the advice. You know, it's there for you, but I think you need to take it. You need to take the Queen of Swords energy. Now, I know Taurus is, you know, generally signs of Taurus trait, you know, Taurus sign traits, I should say, sorry, is more reserved, maybe a bit more placid, maybe not so forthcoming, even though you are the bull. You know, you're loving, calm people, like, all, you know, if you have everything you need around you, if you have your stability, if you have your warmth, if you have your love, if you have everything that you need, like what you need as a Taurus, generally, traits of the sign is a big thing for you guys. And once you have all that, then you're cool. You guys are cool. You're absolutely fine. You're not bullish or, you know, forthcoming or, you know, as boisterous as maybe some of the other signs, particularly fire signs, and you know, the air sort of energy of the Queen of Swords. Like, that generally, the Taurus characteristics isn't really you. You're quite loving people. So I think it's time to speak out. You know, I think it's time to speak out and get what it is that you need. Whatever it is that you need, whatever resonates with you, it's quite clear to me. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's what came up. Injustice, unfair. Yeah, there's some Tauruses out there that have been treated unfairly, maybe even taken advantage of, is what's coming to me. Yeah, speak out, Taurus. Let June be the month that you speak out. If this resonates with you, please make sure you speak out. Come back and comment and let me know. You know what, Kate? I spoke out. Make sure you speak out. I'm going to pull you guys an angel card for the month of June. Yeah? So if there's a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, please can you let it be known, Spirit, if there's a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, given the situation, let us know. And there we go. It's fallen out. So you've got open your third eye. It's safe for you to open your center of clairvoyance, and by doing so, you will see the truth. So open your third eye. So I think this is quite fitting. If this situation, you know, that's going on, as I said to you, you need to go within yourself. You know, that is opening your third eye, going within yourself, you know, following your own light, what it is that you really, really need and want yourself, especially to sort of ease this past feeling, this past energy here of not having enough. So let June be the month that you open your third eye, or you open up yourself. You know, it's safe for you to open your center, your heart of clairvoyance, you know, meaning your inner voice, your clairvoyance, your intuition, in other words. By doing so, you'll see the truth. So, yeah, speak your truth, Taurus. Speak your truth in the month of June. Speak your truth and you know, ease this past energy of not having enough because it's there. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful month, Taurus. I hope the situation eases. And if this does resonate with you, or there is something here that helped you, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Thanks for viewing, thanks for being here. Also, just let you know, if you want personal readings, if you want a 12-month astrology ebook based on your personal astrology, your birth time, place, and all that kind of stuff that's personal to you, or a tarot card reading, or even if you're into candles, then do visit my Etsy shop on the 15th of June. I'll be uploading loads of spiritual candles, so wealth candles, prosperity candles, love candles, protection candles, all kinds of candles that you can even think of. So do check it out if that's your thing. And have a wonderful June. Have a wonderful June and speak your truth, Taurus. Speak your truth. Okay? Good luck. See you soon.